Claire used to believe that if love ever disappeared, she would notice immediately. But losing Nathan did not happen all at once. It happened quietly, in hundreds of tiny moments. In the beginning, he loved her through small things, remembering how she took her coffee, reaching for her hand while driving, and noticing every time she felt sad. The first time Claire truly felt her heart sink was during dinner with friends. She was happily telling a story until she realized Nathan was not listening at all. He was staring at his phone, under the table, smiling at the screen like he was somewhere else completely. Claire stopped, talking mid-sentence. Nobody noticed except her. That night, Claire lay awake beside Nathan, staring at the ceiling while he fell asleep within minutes. She kept replaying the dinner moment over and over in her head. How could someone who once listened to her like she was the most important sound in the room stop hearing her completely? One afternoon, Claire spent hours getting ready for date night. She wore the dress Nathan once loved and sprayed the perfume he used to adore. But when she walked out of the bedroom, Nathan barely looked at her before casually asking, "You ready?" Claire smiled anyway. But the entire night she kept wondering, when did I stop being someone he looks at? Weeks later, Claire got promoted at work. She prepared 2 glasses of wine and waited excitedly for Nathan to come home. But he only gave her a quick response before walking into the bathroom. Claire stood alone in the kitchen holding the wine glasses in silence. That night she cried quietly, not because of work, but because she missed being emotionally celebrated by the person she loved. One rainy evening, Claire sat beside Nathan on the couch. She gently rested her head on his shoulder, silently searching for comfort. But Nathan unconsciously shifted away while continuing to scroll on his phone. Claire slowly sat back upright, pretending it did not hurt her at all. One night, Claire became sick with a fever. Nathan brought her medicine and water, adjusted her blanket gently, then returned to working on his laptop. Claire silently watched him from the bed, while tears slowly rolled down her face, because she realized he still cared about her, but he no longer reached for her emotionally. One evening, Claire found an old video of them from years ago. In the video, Nathan could not stop looking at her with love in his eyes. Claire sat on the kitchen floor watching it over and over before finally breaking down crying, because the man in that video felt gone, even though she still woke up beside the same face every morning. One night in the dark, Claire softly whispered, "I miss you." Nathan sleepily pulled her closer and murmured, "I'm right here." But Claire only closed her eyes and cried silently against his chest, because being physically beside someone is not the same as truly being emotionally with them. The night Claire left, Nathan looked genuinely shocked. He quietly asked, "Why didn't you tell me things were this bad?" Claire looked at him with tears in her eyes and softly answered, "I did. You just stopped hearing me with love." And finally, Claire understood that the saddest relationships are not always abusive ones. Sometimes they are simply the relationships where one person slowly stops feeling emotionally seen.